Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So we're going to keep playing in the gore fields. We're going to try something a little different for the ground this time. And on Mastodon, there's a guy I follow, Samuel, who created this really cool slime mold thing that he generously put up for free on his Ko-fi. And I'm going to put in the chat here. And we're going to be using that to play with our ground, I think, some. So let's see what we get into it, how it goes. All right, so we're going to start with a circle, and we're going to make it 100-meter radius. It's fairly large. Not huge, but fairly large. Great. And then we will quad remesh it quite a lot this time. I'm going to take it to 1,000. It's not a tremendous amount, but more than we normally do. And take a look. Let's see what that gives us. All right, cool. And we will still use sculpt mode, I think. Undo. What's the shortcut key for matte? I don't know. Never remember. We're just going to paint. Create a few areas we don't want to raise up or lower down. And we'll cut our strength to like 0.2. We can just kind of build up a bit here. And I'm just kind of trying to make something. That'll work. All right. Then the elastic grab. Down and bring it down. And we can pull it out even a little bit too. Just kind of warp it. To give us something different. Sure. Actually gonna, I think, let's clear our mask. Smooth that down a bit. Maybe bring it up a bit more. Just give ourselves like a hill. I think in general we want this to be a bit smoother maybe than other times too. Okay. Because I don't think we're going to use auto terrain today, which would be an interesting first. I haven't done that in a long time. So let's just see what we get. All right. We'll try using that. Now, let's see what happens first off. We're going to grab. Here is Samuel's simulation. We're going to grab, doesn't really matter, they're the same one, but copy that and bring it across over to here. And I just move it out of the way. And this to this, link, copy modifiers. Shouldn't be too huge unless I've screwed up. We may have to do it small. I haven't played with this thing at all yet, so. That seems like it worked. Okay. Cool. Now let's just delete the original one and save. And where's my folders? Up. New. 2508 12:1 live stream Toothtown. Hopefully. Ultimately. Go in there, save it. All right, and if we run this thing, what do we get? Doesn't look like a lot yet. Maybe we will shrink it first, just to make our lives easier. We can always jump it back up again. It has the modifier on it, yeah. So let's take it down to, right now it's what? 210, so S.1. Rotation scale. Even S.1. So it's 1/100th the size, but that's fine for what we're doing. And play. Okay, so we can bump it up a little bit. Oh, that is cool looking. Let's increase our sub D. not quite. Let's keep it a little rough. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So that's cool looking. Now, we could try something. So right now, it's coming from a random noise generator, I believe, for its starting points. Yeah, and it builds out from that. Let's take a look at the geometry nodes for it. Yeah, noise texture, where it's less than that. Okay, but what happens if we do a vertex group and tab, and let's just see what happens to the sign. So we can find it. Named attribute group. Good. And instead we use that into here. Yes. So it's going to go there. We'll start where we have our points. Well, that's fun because we can come to layout and weight paint and just nuke all that. Shrink this down. And we can make it start however we want. Let's see what it does if we start like that. And rewind and play. Make it a very different, ooh, that's a good way to make a sphincter. I'm gonna remember that. Very different look. Sphincter. In fact, we may even just use that, just to there. I am good with that. Let's apply all. And S100, bring it back to full size. And we have ourselves a much more organic terrain instead of trying to use terrain to make something organic. Let's just see what our scale's looking like here. Put a person there. Perfect. Great. That is what we want. Because I think we're going to take this sucker now into sculpt mode. And we're going to drag that down. And go a little bit bigger. Now we have a real sphincter. Wasn't necessarily planning on doing that, but it looks too good not to. So let's do it. And object mode. And let's check out what the material looks like that comes with it from him. See if we like. That gives us sort of a very slime mold kind of vibe to it already, which is pretty cool. But I think I'm going to change it. I like it, it's cool, let's change it, you know? We're going to call this slime mold. We'll make 2 words. And I don't know if it's UV'd or not, but let's shouldn't hurt if it's not. Tab A, U, Smart UV project, unwrap. Okay, so now it is definitely UV'd. Now, if we go grab one of our organics, materials, and alien organic, or the drier alien organic. Well, we've actually been using alien organic lit for our ground before. We could grab that again, just to keep it consistent. Append. Material. Alien organic one with lighting. And makes it that. Oh, I gotta get rid of the other thing I added to it. shading. We'll get rid of the swamp part here this time. There we go. Yeah, that's back to that. Cool. We can mess with the scale on it. Let's do that real quick. The editing. S20. Gives us something kind of gross and gnarly and whatever and cool. Sure. Now, what's in slime mold? That's very small, right? Yeah, it's just using the attribute of density from his slime mold. Cool. Let's copy that. And to here, and paste it. And what if we do, curious, mix shader, and to here, and we use the same factor. So that gives us, it's kind of interesting. Good morning, Pronto. Or whatever time it is for you, but morning for me. And now we could do a ramp, color ramp it. And maybe push that so it's a bit more sharp. Which one do we want? Yeah. Cool. Something like that. It's kind of neat. Yeah. Nice. And we'll change it from orange here to a nasty kind of blood red looking color. Cool. And this one here also to sort of a reddish color, and very nice. Into that, and maybe we'll give it a little less here, or a little less, or a little more. All the way into that. Let's just take it like that. I think that's cool. And our displacement is still coming from the other one, which is fine. That's good. So I think we're okay there. I'm into that. It's a totally different way of making our terrain than we have been, but I think it works. I am liking it. Maybe I'm going to decrease the scale a little bit. S.75, just make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do that. Okay. No, I shared at the very start of the stream. A guy named Samuel made the slime mold sim, and it's awesome. I've made some similar things, but his is really great. I'll share it again here in the chat. He put it up on his coffee, or I guess it's just a link now to his tutorial. But that's it. That's the tutorial. And where's this? Sorry, I'll share the link for it too. I meant to share the coffee. There. He made it available for free, which is awesome. Oh yeah, no, Samuel's awesome. I have a different kind of differential growth function, but mine works differently and I like both of them. So it's neat to have them both, and this is cool. Definitely gonna play with this more. Probably combine it with mine too. Because, yeah, we totally could combine it with mine too, but we'll do that in another one, I think. Anyway, there you go. Shared. Let's keep going. Now, I want to bring some teeth in, because it's got to be Tooth Town. I picked up Bernard's new library of teeth. Where am I? Feature, various teeth. Yeah. And I think we can have some fun with some of these for what we want to do. I think that would work nicely. That would be cool. Molars? Molars could be neat, or really any of the above. Some of these are funky. Ooh, let's do this premolar thing here. Let's try this tooth. See how that's going to be for us. I'm just going to get this out of the way. And I'm going to scale this tooth up 10 times. No, say 8 times. 7.5 times. Yeah. That looks good. Okay. And great. I'm going to create a Bezier curve. Nuke it. I'm going to draw. And we're going to draw on the surface. Okay. We're going to take this here, and we're going to say modifier, deform it on the curve, and give it our curve object. Okay. There we go. So now it's on our curve here. Now we could add an array and have it ground, or we could place it individually. Let's try the array first. That would be simpler if it'll work. Add a modifier. And we can just do it. Array. And move it top. Cool. And count, I'm going to say, why are they going down? They should not. Deform axis Y? No. No, it should be X. Are you giving me an offset though? It's a pain in my ass. Great, we're not gonna do it. That's why I said this one's on the curve now. So if we just duplicate it, move it around, now it stays on the curve. Cool. Considering we don't actually have to fit it perfectly in the same size difference between them too. Come here. Ah! There we go. And it makes them different because they distort differently on them. So let's rotate it. I don't know. That's kind of fun. They don't have to be the same. I like all 4 of those. Let's just take them. Alt-D, GX. Rotate it around to like that. There we go. And this one, we can RZ. That's better. Cool. So we have these funky teeth now going all the way around our sphincter hole. Words you never think you're going to hear yourself say when you start making 3D models, right? We got these funky teeth going around the sphincter hole. Ooh, boy. But I like it. I think that's going to be cool. Now, let's do another one. Curve Bezier. And draw it out here. Second Bezier curve. Cool. Also following our terrain. Excellent. And this one, let's give it maybe some canines, some funky premolars, shark tooth, all kinds of fun shit we could use here. Let's try this shark tooth. Oh, get out of edit mode. Shark tooth. S 7.5. S2. We're gonna make this one bigger. Yeah. Just scale it to like that. Cool. Alt G to the center. Great. Rotation and scale. Great. Modifier, deform, curve. Select our outer curve. There we go. And RZ. So we'll have it kind of point inward a little bit. And might have to change it for each individual one, but that looks cool for that. Alt D, GX. No. Okay. Control A, rotation scale. There we go. Now, GX. No. Weird. Okay, let's just get rid of it. Delete it. What's our rotation looking like on it? Item. Control A, rotation scale. There we go. Now, Alt D, GX. Okay. Well, it does go down a little bit. That's fine. Alt D, GX. Oh, come on. There we go. 3 kind of cool. I could live with that. That's kind of neat. Let's do it. And then maybe we use the same curve, but a different tooth for some other stuff. Let's do this premolar here. Scale it up to like that. Might be too big. Let's say that. And then add a modifier, deform, curve, add our curve object. Cool. And GX. Oh, because it goes off the curve after that. That's why. That's why. That's only can go in one direction. RX, RY. Cool, something like that. RZ. Oh, come on. Okay, something like that. That looks good. Now, Alt D, GX. Rotate them all individually, but it's getting where we want to be. Cool. Alt D, GX. We got those 3 like that. We could do more. I think we might do more. Well, we can just take these 3 now. And Alt D, GX. Around a little bit. Alt-D, GX, and go back a little bit. Funky. And I'm just going to take this one and Alt-D, GX, and move it over. And Alt-D, GX, and move it over. And this one, we can rotate RY, yeah, up, RY, up, RY, up. Cool. Those are gotten vertical. Yeah, take this one. This one. There we go. Oh, thank you, Ramesh. Yeah, I think it was Gleb was talking about it. Gleb was really nice last week about that. I really appreciated it. Cool. Okay, so we got these funky ass teeth floating around, and pretty happy with that. They don't have any materials yet, I don't think, but that's cool. Yeah, they're just gray. But I'm into this. I think this is cool. We just gotta decide how we want to like throw some more human elements into it now, maybe. And I think we'll grab our platform generation because that'll help us quickly. So where are we? Go back to, this was Samuel's. We'll just use that. Open recent. Bioorganic platform generator. Do not save. No. Okay. We got our generator. Copy the objects. Come back into collection. Paste the objects. Get them the heck out of my way. And just because we can now take this one and we'll give it bone 1. Is it already UV'd? I don't know. Bone 1 and bone 1. We'll see. Let's see. Is it UV'd? No, it's not UV'd yet, but it already looks cooler. Okay. Tab, A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. There we go. Tab, A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Back and tab, A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Those are our 3 teeth, and now they got some texture to them. Nice. Looking good. Into this so far anyway. Now, I think I just need to put some goo in the center of our sphincter. It just keeps sounding wrong no matter how many times I say it. Which keeps me wanting to say it, I have to admit. Oh no, Shift A, mesh. Let's just do a cube. 7, scale. GZ, down. Let's make it bigger. Okay, I can't go that high because it's going to drain down. Oh, that could be neat looking, actually. Oh my god, that could be really cool, but it's going to be intensive if we try to run a sim, but man, that could be cool. I think we have to try. Okay. I'm going to move this to new collection initial. We're going to move this new collection ground. Okay. We're going to move all of our teeth New collection, teeth. Cool. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to come here and we're going to go and do a cell fluid, new fluid. And it's going to need to be big is the problem, but size 200. Yeah. I'm going to take it down. We need to go a little bit bigger than 200. Let's take it to like 220. 222. Okay, cool. That's close enough, I think, for what we need. Now, with a max depth doesn't really affect this one, so we can do that. Great. Okay. And then we need another thing here. Shift A, mesh, cube. Come on, mesh, cube. There we go. We're going to scale it up. Bring it down there and move it to new collection inflow. Okay. So now we have all of that. We can grab this and cell fluids. Collections. Initial, because I'm boring. Inflow. We don't have an outflow. Ground, and I don't have any dynamic ground. I'm not going to have an interface with the teeth to start with. We'll see what it does. Save. This probably going to be fairly slow, but let's see. I no longer need. I can jump back. Right. Yeah. Okay. Play. It's pouring. It's going. We're going to probably need to make it bigger, longer than 250. It's going a little slow, but it's not as bad as I feared. Let's end it to 1,000. I'm just going to have a little bit of patience, sadly, but whatever. Turn off initial. Just want to see it. And turn off inflow so I don't have to see it. You can just see the water now. It's going to keep growing. We could make it less accurate to speed it up, but let's just let it go for a minute. I just love water sims too. Maybe even if it doesn't go too far, this will at least get us something kind of neat looking. We can always stop it later. But as soon as it finds a path out of there, it's going to be gone. And I think it looks like it found a path. There it goes. I've just been wanting to do a good water sim for a while too, so it's like, oh, come on. But really, 200 square meter spaces are not always the best place to do a highly detailed water sim. But I mean, we're moving. It actually seems like it's speeding up a little bit now. It's found its lowest point path, so we can see which way it's going to flow out. It's not going to flow out along with any of those other things because we don't have enough water pumping in for it to hit multiples at once. Going anywhere? Should be. Let's pause it. Can't tell. I think it is, just slowly. Okay. I think I am going to punch it harder. So inflow, I'm going to make it bigger. Turn it off. Yeah, okay. Rewind and play. This should make it go faster and harder. There should be more water entering the system now. So if there's any advice I give people making streams that I never follow, it's don't run water sims in a stream because it just takes a long time. But, you know, hey. You can't be like, I'm just going to let this run and come back. It's the kind of thing you do in a tutorial and you're like, meanwhile, a few hours later, you know, as opposed to, this is real time. But it is moving faster. I think we're getting more water out of it too. You can like watching paint dry, you can like watching water sim, you know. Hey Rob, good to see you, man. So you've come into the highly exciting water sim portion of our stream, you know. The stream is making a stream. And I may not let it jump over the edge of the thing. I may just stop and have it be a pool, just because it doesn't super matter to me story-wise. I just thought it was a neat vibe. It looks cool. I kind of did want it to run over the edge, though. But I also don't want it to be too high up, so... Does look like it's almost reached that edge of that thing, though. Yeah, all's doing well. I mean, reasonably. Same old, you know. When the existential dread doesn't hit hard, things are fine. Okay, maybe we'll just let it be a pool of water. Does not seem to want to really jump out too much. So, I don't know. Or we bring it up further and it actually, like, seriously just bubbles out. We could try one more time just to see. We're not doing bad on time anyway. Inflow. SZ. Just make it go higher. Oh, let's just see what this is going to look like. We don't have to like it, but we should try it. In a word, sploosh. That's giving us a lot more water. Come up out of this thing. Which is kind of more what I had in mind. I'm not hating this. Right, you know? Actually, cell fluids is a really lightweight thing to do water. It's not even really a real sim. It's a geometry. It's a simulation of a sim, because it only projects downward. So if there's overhangs, it doesn't work. But it's great for like rivers and waterfalls and shit like that. Um, but if you want water in your scene and it's like an outdoor scene, cell fluids is a really, really good add-on for that in general. It's not perfect, but it's way better than trying to do it with MantaFlow or whatever, which will, cause your entire brain to explode on top of your computer. So, I can highly recommend Cell Fluid. Yeah, this is going where I want it to go, I think. I think we've reached. Yeah. It's going to take us a little while, but we'll let it run, right? Trying to think if there's anything else I could do in another Blender window in the meantime. Probably, but I don't know what. We're getting like, a frame, a little better than a frame a second. That's not bad, right? Yeah, 1.14 frames a second. Okay, can let it go for a couple minutes. Spewing down the side of our hill. I don't think we'll need to let it go to 1,000. I do kind of want to let it get past the outer row of teeth at least a little bit before we stop it. It is absolutely a birthday cake if you're a weird chaos entity from someplace, Totally could be a birthday cake. I guess being Blender, it should probably be a birthday donut, right? I mean, even it kind of has a hole in the middle, sorta. Yeah, our water's running nice. That's looking good. We're getting down there. We're making good progress. I think we're going to use this one. I think we'll let it go for like another 2 minutes maybe at the speed it's doing. So like up to about 500 frames a second, something like that. I know it's not like the world's most interesting thing to watch, but yeah. Wait till we turn it to blood, it'll be great. Which is what we're going to do. We're going to make it blood. Yeah. So down here is getting to be about where I want it to be. So I'll just let it go a little more. Essentially far enough that I can get some shots, pick an angle where it looks like it's down that far, and then if it doesn't reach it on the other side, who cares? I'm not making a video game level. It doesn't have to be legitimately physically accurate in a complete 360-degree area. For the stream, anyway. If I were going to do it myself and just let it go, I'd, just let it run, but we're at 44 minutes, so we got to pay attention. We got to make sure we get some other shit built. Looking beautiful. We will let it run to 500 just to, get us to a nice even number. actually think before that, though, let's pause it. Come to it. And let's see. We don't need splashes. That actually might speed it up, too. Yeah, a little. But blood's more of a viscous fluid. It's not going to splash up. It's just going to kind of drizzle. Look at how fast it's going now. Woohoo! 500. Let's see. So what's it looking like? Yeah. Ooh, that's really nice. I like the way it kind of combines back here too. We won't follow it further, but it looks cool. All right. Nice. Let's bake a static flow map. Flattened. And it just gives us that as our water. Pretty cool. Okay. Now, just look and see what it looks like as water, which is not what it's going to be, but, you know, right on. And I think in this case, I don't even need to keep this because I'm going to just apply all, because I'm going to change the material on it anyway. And I don't think I called it blood. I don't remember what I did call it, so I need to open up yesterday's file. Respawn point. Find what we made our water material yesterday and used our blood material yesterday rather, and use that. Blood for the blood god. Cool. There we are. And it was called what? Material. Yeah, that's fucking helpful, isn't it? We're just gonna call it blood and save it so I don't have to worry about it anymore, and we just go grab it. Append. Am I too late, or I gotta refresh? Refresh. Blood. Append. This material here. There is no splash, there is only Zool. Blood. Cool. Looks good to me. I am into this. Cool. Yeah, we don't even really need to do any cleanup. That's fine. Cool. This we could smooth down just a little bit here in the center, and because it's a mesh now, we can do that. So we just go to sculpt mode and just kind of smooth it down the center. Now it doesn't look like it's so square and weird. And we could even like bubble it a bit too if we want like it. There we go. So it's bubbling up. Sure. Again, never be afraid to change shit. Great. Hey, Michael. Good to see you, sir. Cool. Yeah, it's dark enough it's hard to even tell anyway. It pretty much absorbs light. Okay. So, we have these. Yeah, which we can just duplicate. And then I want the duplicate, not the first one. Yeah. New collection, platform. And we can now modifier, deform, smooth. Repeat it like 50 times, even more, 500 times. That's basically flat. Great. Apply all. And GZ. Yeah? All right, fine. Tab A S Z and bring it back in that way. There we go. That's the other thing we can do. Both good. So now let's give it geometry, extrusion of 1.5. Cool. Control T 90, flatten it down. Cool. And we can just, because we no longer need to worry about doing anything else with it, grab that. Here we can make cyclic, right? Curve, toggle cyclic, on. Great, yeah, let's just fix that. There we go. Doesn't super matter. And object, convert it to mesh. Tab, take a look at it. And I want it a little bit more even than that. So 156, we're going to quad remesh it to 70, remesh it. Cool. Delete the original one. That looks good. Yep. Move that to platform. Okay. So now teeth need to be in ground now. So that we can take this and link copy modifiers and delete the original one. And that's a little high up. Let's bring it back down to like there. Okay, sure, I like that. And then modify our support. Get more to see what we're doing. Terrain collection is ground. Then it'll put teeth inside of it, so it'll be a little slow to do it, but it will do it. And builds our massive platform of goo on top of our teeth. And I think I'm going to turn off our scatter on perimeter for right now, our lamps. Turn our lamps to 0. And just to look at what it looks like. We have our weird bone platform. I don't mind that it runs into here, but we might tweak that a bit. It's okay. This I really like here, how it goes through that. This I'm less keen on. Well, let's just edit it. Tab. And come here. And G, undo. We got turn on, yeah. G. There we go. Actually, let's just take this up like that. Cool. And I don't know. I feel like I'm going to need to adjust this. 3. Face, get rid of that one, yeah. And fill that back. I feel like that's going to be better. It got kind of narrow there in the middle, but I think that'll be okay. Do we want to go all the way around? I mean, it's kind of neat. I have this habit of making this shape a lot, and I'm kind of becoming like, I don't want to necessarily not do it, but I need to be aware of the fact that I make this shape a lot. So, that's okay though. Gonna get rid of these faces. Fill. And then this one, get a new base material, and then we'll give that a sign to balcony. Not balcony, sorry, bridge. So that's a bridge there. Let's do the same here. Bridges need to be one section. They can't be multiple. So that's why. And we'll do the same thing. We'll kind of do across a lot of these like that, maybe. It's kind of neat. Yeah, I kind of make these spaces in between. This I kind of like, even though it's weird. So let's leave that there. But we can take this one. Fill and bridge sign. And then we'll come back and take a look. Circles are a thing, yeah. And they're an effective way to build a, you know, a platform and a village, but just not ever sure. I question myself a lot, you know? There we go, bridges. So we got these neat little bridges going across there, and it opens up our space a bit more. I like it. Maybe we'll do this one here as a bridge too. I mean, when you're building a village out of bone, sinew, and goo on a ground that looks like a giant oozing sphincter, really worrying about the shape of your circle seems a little funny to me sometimes too. But, you know. Great. Awesome. Into that. Save. I don't want to be the circle guy. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So we built sort of a platform around this whole thing. I feel like we need to put at least a little bit of, I don't know, structure in here. And let's do that now. Let's put something like on this raised section here. Let's use a meta ball. Scale it up just a bit. Meta balls are awesome for this sort of thing. Cool. That's a good base platform. And then come here. So it's going to go across through that, which is fine. I also just love that kind of weird vibe. Yep, pretty much. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So let's take our meta balls and join them together. Object, convert to mesh. Okay, it's a solid object now. And now I wonder, so often I'll just modify from here, but let's see if we try one more step after this. Let's try Genie and do a shrink wrap on top of it. Okay. Does that give us anything really different? It does smooth that out a little bit. Okay. I'm not gonna just gonna apply it. I think that's fine. Delete the meta ball. Oh, no, no, these aren't in my. That's not in the group. Okay, cool. And that gives us a smoother platform. Let's see what the geometry looks like on this. It's not bad. Let's just make it quads though. Using quad remesh. Let's make it. How many quads? Half of that's gonna be 2,000. We want less, so let's go with like 1,000 quads. Come on, there we go. Great. Original shrink wrap, nuke it. You are taking a long time to do stuff today, Blender. And I think I'm just going to turn platform generator off for right now. I think that'll speed us up. I don't really need to look at what it is for right now. Yeah, it's definitely faster now. And there's our structure. And looking at it, yeah, that looks good. I'm into that. Let's do my differential growth. This is the one that's on my Patreon. I'm going to do a proxy object first. Mesh, cube, add a modifier, geometry nodes, differential growth. And I can take that and set our voxel size to 0.2. And then link this to this. Copy modifiers. Great. Now I can delete the original one. Okay. I don't really have any strong direction I want it to go. I don't want it to go down. So let's have a growth direction add of 0.5. And rewind everything. Save. Let's just see what the default gives us. See, mine grows out, whereas his more follows like slime trail molds. Mine's a little bit more funky. And that's a little too funky. Scale of 0.1. Let's try this. Into that. I actually really like that. Honestly, on its own, I really like that. We'll have to tweak this a bit just to get it off that path, maybe. Or it can just eat into the path too, that's fine. But I think I'm just going to apply it. I think I like it. And sculpt mode, we will just move it. So just take this and drag it down like that. And then we can maybe give us a bit more here too for a door. Cool. That's a fun building. Save. Let's go grab our sphincter door from the other thing. It was in the fortress, right? Yeah. I don't think we're going to do as much geoscattering in this one as we have in some of the other ones because we get the water and we got a lot of the cool new details from Samuel's slime generation procedural. So I think we're good there. But we need to grab a door too. There's a door. Copy the object. Come back over to here. And we're in the same collection, right? Yeah, and paste. Object, set origin to the 3D cursor. Geometry to origin. There's our door. Rotate it up. Let's go to local. Okay. Good deal. And this bad boy, again, because we don't want to see that hole, let's just edit mode. Let's try edit mode. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. And E. N. You can take it further. Just go all the way like that. It doesn't matter. We're not trying to actually say it's inside. We just want to see that it gets maybe dark in the shadows there. So that's one on that side. Cool. Let's do the exact same thing on the other side. Alt D, RZ 180. Bring it over here. I have to reline it up, but you know, whatever. Cool. This bad boy again. Tab. C. Grab that. E. N. Cool. Then this. Tab A. U. Smart UV project. Unwrap it. And which material is this? Inorganic 1. We can do the same thing here. Link materials. Now let's see what that looks like. We might change it off of 1. Or we need to change the scale. Although it does look neat. Kind of like it like that, but I think we do need to change the scale a bit. UV editing, S5. Let's see, is that better? Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Okay, so that's one building. We might want 2 or 3, I think, around this thing. Here. Where would we put another one? It's not. It's sort of like ground. We got ground in here. So we could do one over here too. And that is that a bridge though? That is a bridge. Okay, so we don't want to put it there. We could put it here though. Yes. Metaball. Just to be different, let's use capsules this time. RX90. Oh, sorry, local. Global. RY90. There we go. Scale it up. And 7N. Alt D. Alt D. S Shift Z. Scale it to that. Cool. Alt D. Scale it up like that. Cool. Cool. And like right there. That's kind of neat. We'll do that. And I'm liking these metaballs. Object, convert to match. Cool. And I did actually like putting them through a shrink wrap, so let's do that again. Genie, shrink wrap on our metaball. Cool. And we can just apply it and then delete the underlying metaball. And there's our kind of slightly whatevered. Cool. Then here, it's probably, I shouldn't do this, but I'm just going to. Geometry nodes, differential growth, it wasn't too bad. 0.25. Scale of 0.05. Let's take it down even more this time. Rewind, save, play. Whew, dog. Yeah, that's neat looking. But let's try a different seed. Something. Play. Yes. Oh my lord, yes. Mm-hmm. Totally using that. And let's just apply it. And I can see already something I want to do here, and that's this tab. I'm going to add a edge loop there. Which is fine. And 3, Shift D, GZ, turn off proportional, GZ. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. Face, delete that. I'm just going to come here, Shift A, plane, rotate it, bring it out, cool, to fill that. And take this and just make it a bit bigger. There we go. And I'm going to need to see what this looks like now, real briefly. Is it a stair or is it a ladder? It's right on the edge of that angle. It's going to think. It's a ladder, which is fine. Cool. Then this. I'll turn this back off again then. Alt D, G, rotate, GZ, up. Cool. Cool. Excellent. And this thing, tab. Grab that and E in. There's our hole. There's our doorway into that building. And I'm really into it. I like it. Okay. Tab A, U, Smart UV Project, Wrap. I don't remember how much bigger I made the other one. UV Editing. S5? Is it 5? 5 too much? Oh, I have to apply the material first too. Link, materials. That seems pretty good. Yeah. Nice. Both those are super cool. And I think we need one more structure. Maybe kind of like over... this is a bridge, right? Let's see, that's a bridge. All those are bridges, but we could put one like right here on this side of the tooth, like on the outside of the tooth. Yeah. Mesh, metaball again. Ellipsoid. Let's just keep playing with our different metaballs and see what we get. Cool. Cool. It's kind of fun. Yeah. Ooh, we could let it do that and have it kind of be a weird... separate thing like that, which could be fun if we once we shrink wrap it too. And we'll do one more. Kind of bring it up to give us again sort of something we can use for a door space, at least a little bit. Okay. Cool. Take the metaballs and convert them to a mesh again. Nice. Okay, and then give them a shrink wrap. And this time we could tighten it a little bit. We take a tightness to like 20 and detail to like 7. Just gonna give it a little bit more. Sure, let's do that. We're gonna retweak it anyway. Delete the original. So this is our new space, and I like the way it kind of cuts in like that. That's cool. Alrighty, so let's give it. The last one did okay, so we're not going to do the proxy this time. Differential growth. Voxel size of 0.25. Scale of 0.01. I'm going to make it really small. Now let's see what that does. Did any of it? Ooh, wow, that's neat. Okay. That's super cool. All right. I'm into it. Let's do it. Apply all. Yep, no nuts. You can just come here and edit this, or sculpt it rather, probably. And smooth that down. Yeah, cool. Bring that out to give us just a place for our door. Great. Smart UV project it. Unwrap it. Cool. Grabbing a door. Back to local. Okay, and we'll even extend this one out here a little bit. There we go. Cool. Back to this bad boy tab. We know what we're doing here. Can't recommend having a process enough, because when you have a process, you can just keep doing it. You're like, I know what works. You want to be able to try new things too, so you don't do the same thing every time, but there we go. Like it. Did I UV it? I can't remember. I don't think I did. Tab A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap it, and UV editing, S5. Again, should be about the same scale, so it should work. And that, and this one, link materials. Oh, it's so gnarly looking. That's awesome. Okay. Now, I want to do one more thing, I think, with our... I had so much fun playing with Samuel's thing that I want to play with it again, basically. Which one do I want to do it? How do I want to do it? I'm going to do it here. Might be a building, might not. Let's see. Meta ball. Just use balls. Scale. D. D. Cool. Good deal. Let's do that. Grab all of our meta balls again. Not edit mode. Object mode. Convert to mesh. Come on. There we go. And shrink wrap them. The tightness of 20 and detail of 7. Excellent. Apply all. Delete the meta balls. This thing is size-wise what? Okay. S 0.1. Mass scale 0.2. 0.2. A rotation scale. Then this thing, modifier, geometry nodes. Which ones we already have in here? Sorry, I'm masked. There we go. Okay, so there's our Fusarium masked, and I believe, let's check. Geometry nodes, yeah, I have a named attribute for group on it. Okay, so let's just do that. Tab. Oh, this is going to be interesting. First, I should actually, before I do this, undo that. We probably want to get a little more consistent in its mesh structure. So, quad remesh, quad count, I'm going to take it to 5,000, remesh it. Great. And delete the original. Now this is, yeah, that's way better. Okay. So, vertex group, add group, tab. I'm just going to give it something here. Assign. And then weight paint. You can kind of cut into that a little bit. And there, and there, and there. It doesn't really matter. That's fine. Now, for those who weren't here at the beginning, I want to see Samuel's thing because it's cool. Geometry nodes. Sorry, I'm masked. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we need to sub it maybe a little bit. That should be maybe one more. Yeah, okay. Rewind. That might even be too much. Let's take it back to 2. Keep it a little bit blobby. Play. The coolest damn thing. Let's see if we take it to 3. What does that give us? And then play it some more. Yeah, that gives us some additional detail. And apply all. And come on, where'd my ground go? Did I like turn shit off? Oh, I turned off. Yeah. All right, fine. There we go. And then now S5, and that takes us back to our original size and scale for our location. So I don't have to retweak his thing. And RZ. Fine. Object. Set origin to geometry. Okay. And now, what I want to try doing is delete that. New group, tab. That there and that there. Let's just try those two. Assign, tab. Come back to mine now. Differential growth. Now we lost a lot, so I have to keep it smaller. 0.01. There we go, that's better. Use a vertex group. Group, sure. Growth multiplier, growth direction of 1. It's going up. And a growth multiplier. I'm going to take these, not all 3 of them. Just those 2. 2. And let's see what that gives us. I get a funky pod on the top of that. That's kind of neat. I just want to see what it would do, mostly. But I'm kind of okay with it. But let's go back, and instead of it being 2, let's make it, come on. Fine, 5. Let's make that back to 1. Rewind. And we can make this growth multiplier on the top like 0.5. So it's not going to grow up very much. Play. It's going to extend out like that. This is a way you can combine the two, and it's fun. I'm into that. I don't know what it is, but I'm into it. We're going to keep it. And apply all. Tab, A, U, Smart UV projection, unwrap. Okay. And again, this, link, copy link materials. Should be to our organic one. Take a look. Okay. Yeah. That's fun. I'm into that. Now, what we're going to do is take all of our buildings. I'm going to call that a building. New collection, structures. Okay. Then here, we're going to come to organic. And we're going to draw nets between these two. Import an object there. Right there, yep. And then we're going to give it collisions with structure. Yeah. And a link length of 5 and a resolution of 2048 and a preview resolution of 512 just so I can see what the heck it's doing. Yeah, cool. And G, moreover, cool, and then GZ, up. Still not touching perfectly great. Max distance of 1. What does that do? It doesn't seem to do much. Gravity settings. Main gravity is going to be 8. And let's make it link density a little less. Let's make it like 7. And rotate. There we go. That's better. Just happens to be, but I'll take happens to be. Cool. Save. And apply to mesh. Did that? I'm going to undo that. Turn off preview. And apply to mesh. So I'll make sure it's giving us the full. Now it is. For sure. Yeah. And tab. A. U. Smart UV project. Unwrap. It should take it a second. There we go. And object mode. And material. Let's stick with fat meat because we've been using it. So let's use that. Actually, we already have it, so let's not import another one. Fat meat. Okay. Take a look. And that connects those two together nicely, gives us something else to look at. Yeah, working well for us. And now let's just do up here. Plane, yeah, cool. GZ. And let's just scale it up to like that. And W subdivide twice, cool. And then those are going to be, not this one. Those are going to be balcony. Cool. Then fill. This is going to be bridge. And then easy one. Let's turn it back on again now and see what it looks like. Hey, cobbler. Yeah, I mean, fat meat. What's to argue with, right? I like fat meat and I cannot lie. You other gnawers can't deny. There we go. That's cool. This needs to be, now that that's applied, this needs to be in ground teeth. It's not a tooth, but I want to make it so that the platform tracks to it. Whoa. That's not good. What happened there? Undo history. The fuck happened there? It doesn't have any modifiers. Right? No. This doesn't have any modifiers. Okay, so what am ground? Let's just try ground. Oh, because teeth is turned off. Fine. Well, we'll just turn it back on again. There we go. It's like, why'd it go away? Because I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, that's good. That works for what I wanted. Save. Now, let's just go grab ourselves our fog and shit from the other one still. Where are we? I think this one has it too, but I'm going to grab the one from yesterday from the respawn point. Object, fudge. I don't go on ground. New collection, fog. Okay. Yeah, that's good. One. Yeah, our water does have some fog in it, so we're gonna have some overlap, aren't we? Well, fine. Tab. GZ down. Take it to there. That into here. All right, fine. Let's It's going to slow us down a little bit. We're going to have two overlapping. Although I might just get rid of it for the water because I don't know that we need it. Let's do that. This water's not deep enough and we're not paying enough attention to it, and it's dark enough that we're just going to get rid of the volume on it. Water has no volume anymore. That'll speed things up like twice as fast, and we're not going to notice. Okay, so we got that. Go grab the world in the same place. World 1. And change it to World 1. Cool. And go grab the sun. Let's go to our lights first. Not that it's a complicated light, but whatever, it's there. Sun. And we're going to angle it. I'm just guessing right now, but why not? That, and let's come around so that it's kind of pointing in on that. And we'll move it to the center just so let's see where we're at. Cool. And I'm going to set our photographer exposure to 5. Let's see what it looks like. Interesting. Interesting. I think it might be a bit bright, actually. I did bring up, I think, the sun a little bit. Yeah, I did. Take that back down to there. Nice. Might tweak the light a little bit more, but I think overall we're doing good. This is a nasty looking scene, man. So we can find where we want our first shot to be. I like the water here like this, and I like being able to see that. So this might actually be a really good first scene. Change our camera to the Alexa 65. Change our clip end to 500. Yeah, now we can see everything. Great. Lens, we know, the cook, and 35. And the exposure's good. Resolution to Panavision wide. And it shows us a little bit more we need to play with because we don't want that there. Necessarily, anyway. See how we feel about that. It's not a bad shot. I don't know if it's a great shot, but it's not a bad shot. Set to our tower there. Let's play with our sun just a minute, and then we'll, keep moving. Global RZ30. Shift R. Slimy, yet satisfying. Front on sucks. So we're kind of like deciding how much shadow we want and what we want in shadow. Still not 100% sure where I want it. Go back around. I'm kind of leaning more towards like that. Let's fine tune it a little bit. And can we even kind of do we kind of go down more? Get more like a sunset shot? Let's see. That's very foggy now. more. Come here. Local. Nah, global. Global's better for this, I think. So many options. Let's try that. That's not bad. I think I could get along with that. Let's go look at our fog real quick. So I upgraded my fog modifier. Doesn't even sound like it's showing up right now. Edit preferences. Fog. Easy fog 2. No, it's on, but it's not in. Okay, clean panels. Let's just check that real quick. Sorry. Clean panels. I'll type easy fog 2. That's the old one. Add easy fog 2. Okay. Okay. And save preferences. Great. Where are you? Easy fog 2. I don't think it will, it doesn't recognize the old ones anymore, so I have to change it manually now. That's fine. Volume, density, 0.01. Might be better. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. All right. I think we're going to call it, folks. We're at about time. We did a lot of stuff today. So we used Samuel's slime generation to do our terrain instead of using easy terrain this time. And it worked really well for this one. I liked it a lot. We did a water sim using cell fluids to get our blood flowing out of the center pole thing. Also like that. We took some teeth and generated and ran them around 2 Bezier curves to get us our rings. We built our platform from the inner ring, and then we created some funky structures, and I am here for it. I'm liking this one a lot. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and I will be back again tomorrow, same time. We'll do some more stuff. I keep thinking I'm going to do an interior, and I keep coming up with an idea I want to do for an exterior first, but eventually we'll probably get to an interior. We'll see. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, everybody. And if anyone's in Vancouver today, I'm going to be heading into SIGGRAPH this afternoon to the exhibition hall. So let me know. That'd be cool. Take care. We'll talk to you later. All right, folks.